Hi, my name is Jerry and I collect 1970s toys, mainly toy soldiers. And again, this is what this video is all about. And today I'm doing a little bit of a new thing for this channel, something I've been thinking about for quite a while and a lot of people have been requesting over the years and lately, and that's comparing some different toy soldier manufacturers from back in the 70s. And I'm going to focus on the two main companies back then, Airfix and Matchbox. Instead of just doing a video comparing, Matchbox did 6 sets of 1/32 scale soldiers. I figure I'll do them one army at a time, so to speak. And this time, as you can tell, it's the 8th Army. Airfix released theirs as early as 1969. Matchbox came along a little bit later, mid-late 70s sometime. But they're both iconic sets, I think, that we all remember from our childhood days back in the 70s. So this is not going to be like a historically correct comparison, who has the correct uniform or weaponry or stuff like that. I'm going to look at these as toy soldiers, and if they're cool and if they're fun, and which one I would have wanted the most if I could choose back when I was a kid. And of course, I want to hear your opinion. Which set do you prefer? I'll have a look at them close up and compare, riflemen, support gunners, officers, and grenade throwing soldiers, whatever. The usual poses that we have in the toy soldier set. But as always, the boxes are really important on these sets, because if you hadn't seen them in a catalog, or if maybe a friend didn't have the set, you didn't know how the figures looked. So you had to go by the box that you saw in the toy shop. The Airfix target box, of course, is a classic. It's really, really nice. The soldiers on the side here in battle, so you actually see some real fighting. And I love the target thing here. It just draws your attention to the box. But then you bring out the Matchbox box, and the figures kind of fill up the whole front. I think they're even more realistically painted or drawn. And there's even more action on this one. So if I've been a kid, I was a kid, I would actually have picked the Matchbox set just from the box art. But there's a little caveat here. I chose the target boxes for this because those are the ones I remember. But if we go to the earlier brown box, that battle scene is pretty damn awesome. And I think actually then this one would win out. But I kind of put it outside this comparison. So you tell me, target box, Matchbox, or maybe even the old one, let me know. Big difference between the two sets here, of course, is that Airfix came with 28 figures in the box and Matchbox only came with 15. But Matchbox had 13 poses in that 15-piece set, whilst Airfix only had 7 poses in a 28-piece set. And another big thing for me is firing poses. Airfix had 5 firing poses, but Matchbox actually had 7. And to me, that's a big thing as well. To me, as an adult and as a kid, I always enjoyed your basic rifleman. Airfix has a kneeling and a standing, Matchbox only a standing, and I think that's kind of a shame. I really enjoyed playing with these, and I really like them as an adult, as the base of your army. These two from Airfix are classics. They're really well sculpted, they're really nice figures. The one from Matchbox is just okay. I don't like the way his foot is slanted and head is too big. We've been through this again and again with some of the Matchbox figures. But these two Airfix ones are just classic, great Airfix toy soldiers. I loved them back then and I love them back now. So this one is really for Airfix. And then a quick jump to support gunners. Usually not the second part of an army. Usually I look at submachine gunners and grenade throwing soldiers and stuff like that. But anyway, since Matchbox actually have 3, a prone, a kneeling and a standing, I figured I'd do these now because this is really a big bulk of the Matchbox army here. Airfix has this one that we all know and wonder what the hell was going on with that sculpt. Why is he lying like that? Is he moving up somewhere, crawling, or why isn't he firing? Why can't we use him to fire? We need a firing machine gunner when we're kids, right? And it was just the best, pulling up your machine gunners up somewhere and going. These are great figures, but this one is to Matchbox. Charging soldiers, not my favorite in a toy soldier set, but if you watch the channel, you know that I like my charging soldiers to have their rifle level like this. So you can imagine them, either just charging forward, going into a melee battle with the bayonet, or actually running and firing. So I wish the Airfix one had his rifle a bit more level like that. and I'm not really sure what the dancing foot is doing on this one. But it's a very nice figure though, don't get me wrong. And this one it looks like he needs to go and have a wee or something in his stance, but maybe that's how you look, like mid-step or something. But I like this one. He is really dynamic, a lot of fun. I would have loved to have played with this one as a kid, and he's screaming while he's charging. This one also goes to Matchbox. So this kind of makes me sad. Airfix decided, or Ron Cameron, to not include a grenade throwing soldier, only a submachine gunner, and on the opposite, Matchbox don't have a submachine gunner. Both needed in a toy soldier set. I think I usually, maybe kind of sort of prefer grenade throwing soldiers in my toy soldier set. So this one probably goes to Matchbox as well. And then I guess we could call this category soldier doing other things, right? We got a bagpipe player, someone getting shot, someone's hitting someone with their buttstock of the rifle, someone walking with their rifle at a weird angle, and your regular prone soldier. And you can see how small the Airfix soldier is again. Not my favorite type of soldier, but it's a pretty good figure. This one though is awesome. I think we all like this one, even though no one wants a dying or shot soldier in their set. It's such a nice sculpted figure and it's so cool. Wouldn't it be great to have a submachine gunner so you can kind of flip back and forth his shooting and then getting shot if he looked the same? That's kind of with the support gunners. You have a kneeling and a standing, both with a beret and yeah, now I'm going to get in trouble for calling it that again. I can't remember what it's called in Scottish. But anyway, so cool stuff. But this one is really nice. The bagpipe player, the figure no one asked for, but we still got. But I think we all really like this figure. It's so much fun for some reason. Mine has the pipes for the bag broken off, so I have to get a new one. And then in the front there we have the prone soldier, not shooting or doing anything. Too bad though we don't have a submachine gunner, because he looks like this soldier, same kind of gear. So that would have been another part of the story, you know, moving prone, then getting up, shooting from maybe kneeling or standing, and then getting shot like that. That would have been a good little storyline there. But yeah, prone soldier doing not much. It's still a very good figure though, I like it. But I prefer them shooting. So I guess this one actually goes to Matchbox again. And then one of the most important figures in a toy soldier set, the officer. And I like NCOs or something like that, someone up front with the men fighting or doing something at least active. Having a Montgomery such high up, I don't see the point in a set with 13 poses and 15 figures. It's a nice figure, but to me it would have been of no use at all as a kid. This officer, I guess, is fine, but what is he doing? He's doing nothing. I'm not sure. He's holding onto his binoculars and holding his hand out, so I'm not sure. But this is one of the most classic toy soldiers I think ever. The British 8th Army officer, on par with the Deutsche Afrika Korps, the German infantry, or the British paratroop officer. A truly classic toy soldier, up front with his men, firing his Webley revolver. And the pose and everything, you just want to play with him and go da 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 da, right? This is a fantastic figure. So this one is for sure in Airfix favor. So I think this one goes to Matchbox. The reason for this is I really like the severing firing poses. I count these as firing poses because their rifles, like I said, are horizontal. So you can play them like they're running and gunning. You get 3 Bren gun soldiers, machine gun soldiers, which is really neat. And then just the variation of poses, even though some are not that useful, I really like. The 5 kind of ish firing poses from Airfix, if you count, you know, the Bren gunner as a firing pose, which is, it's just not good enough for a great toy soldier set, I think. But that's just me. Let me know if you think I'm wrong. So that's about it for this video. I hope you thought it was a little bit fun and a little bit interesting. Let me know which comparison between Airfix and Matchbox I should do next. There's 5 more Matchbox sets to choose from, and it'd be fun to see what you guys think. Anyways, thanks for watching. Catch you in another video. Cheers!